Hello, my name is Alex Hallowell and I'm the Academic Manager for the Stovner Program at West London College, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about the program that we have planned for the 2021-22 academic year. First of all, you might be wondering, why should I study in the UK? Well, the UK, of course, is a place rich in history and tradition. It is the home of the English language, of Shakespeare, of Harry Potter, of Adele, of ancient cities with many historical monuments, but it's also a very culturally diverse place. It's a centre of fashion and film and sport. You have wonderful shopping opportunities as well. And there are many, many things to see and do in the UK. And specifically, of course, in London, because we are a London college. Well, many people would say that London is the greatest, the most dynamic city in the world. It's a very diverse place. Almost 40% of Londoners were born outside the UK, and incredibly, over 300 languages are spoken in the capital. 3 of the top 10 museums and galleries in the world are in London, and most of them are free. But it's not all about monuments and culture. There are great markets, there are festivals, entertainment, there are many, many things to do and to see, and most importantly, it is a very safe city. Going on to talk a little bit about our college. Well, we have 5 campuses across West London, but you will be studying at the most central, which is Hammersmith and Fulham, which you can see in the top left corner there, the red brick college. Hammersmith has excellent transport links. It's about 20 minutes to the city centre and about 40 minutes from Heathrow Airport, so it's very well situated. And you can see there on the tube map how easy it is to get from Heathrow Airport to our campus, or from our campus to central London. West London College is a government-funded and inspected college. It's long established with roots going back to the 1880s, but it is a modern and dynamic institution, one of the largest further education colleges in the UK. There are students from 110 countries studying courses, from very basic level courses all the way to higher education, university level courses. It's fully accredited by the British Council for the Teaching of English Language, and it is also inspected by Ofsted, which is the Government Office for Standards and Education. So you can be confident of a high quality and a high level of tuition from West London College. In our campus, most of the students are in the 16 to 19 age range. There are a variety of academic programs and vocational training courses. We're also the largest IELTS test centre in London, where you can study for your university entrance exam. Very good facilities and a wonderful collegiate experience around thousands of other students that you are sharing the campus with. There are a number of facilities in the college, some of which are shown here. A canteen. You can get healthy and affordable meals for breakfast or for lunch. There's a learning resource centre, so a library with books, with online resources, and you can get careers advice. There's a student common room, and importantly, there are student services. So that means that there are dedicated advisors, mentors, support workers, people who can help you with your career progression and to explain to you what other college activities are available. There are college sports clubs and teams. There are very good IT facilities. There's a taste restaurant, staffed by our hospitality and catering students, where you can eat a proper 2-course lunch for £6, which by London standards is very, very good value. And there's a multi-faith prayer room for private worship, should you feel the need. In terms of what we can offer you as students, you will receive a full induction to the college on your arrival. There is an in-house accommodation service, so the accommodation is arranged through the college, and there are planned social activities throughout the year. And as I've already mentioned, pastoral care, guidance and support from our student services team. We have a very experienced and specialist team to help you, including the manager, the academic manager, that's me, and the international manager, and of course your class tutor and your other teachers. Going on to talk in a little more detail now about the program. It will have 20 or more study hours per week. And of course, we have the Norwegian curriculum in English. So we're delivering the Norwegian curriculum in English in close liaison with staff from Stovner School. We have the same holiday breaks as the UK school year. So we have a half term in the autumn, a 2-week Christmas holiday, half term in the spring, and then a 2-week Easter holiday. We work very closely with the Norwegian teachers, the Norwegian team, which involves 2 annual visits by us to Oslo, and also regular visits by Stovner staff throughout the year to London to meet our teachers and to meet the students individually and discuss progress. You are continuously monitored in all subjects, and your attendance is very carefully monitored and communicated back to Stovner School. And that's an example timetable. It doesn't mean you will be doing all those classes, that would be rather too much, but that's an example of the entire program, and you will be doing some of those classes. You would also, of course, have some time for self-study and some downtime as well. As part of the program, we have an enrichment element to that. So we go on trips to museums, to galleries, to theatre, and as I've already mentioned, the college sports clubs and the socials. And you can see in the picture some of the previous year's students enjoying those trips. I'd like to say a few words about accommodation. There are fully inspected homestays, so you will be staying in a homestay, so in a family environment. These homestays are fully inspected before your arrival to ensure that the accommodation is safe and comfortable and it follows British Council guidelines. Homestay accommodation is very beneficial to you because it's an opportunity for you to experience day-to-day family life in the UK. It allows you to develop relationships and independence, but have some kind of level of help, support, and supervision as well. Now, homestays come in all sorts of different shapes and sizes. Some families have children of their own, some are older couples whose children have left home, some are single parents. It really depends. Now, it's very important that you understand that there are certain rules and limits to do with the homestay. So you are expected to fit in with the everyday life of the household. So don't expect everything to be like your home, like your family. Some things will seem strange. There will be issues. There will be concerns. This is a normal part of being away for the first time. But respect, kindness, and good communication channels on both sides ensure that the experience is a positive one. As long as we remember that homestays are not hotels, you're not staying in the London Hilton, and there are house rules that have to be respected and have to be followed. Most importantly, there is a curfew. So that means that there's a limit to when you need to be back home for all students, regardless of age. So I believe it's 11 o'clock at night during the week and midnight at the weekends. It doesn't matter if you're 18, you still have to follow these rules. This is very important for your safeguarding and for your parents to feel that you are being looked after and cared for while you're in London. Any overnight stays require approval both from your parents in writing and from the college. But of course, if you're not sure about anything, always ask. Now, this is a typical example of how many students feel across the length of their program. It won't all be plain sailing. It won't all be wonderful. There are some wonderful elements, but it's also challenging living away from home for the first time and living on your own for the first time or independently of your family. So a fairly typical trajectory would be this. You have your pre-departure briefing before you leave your country, and you arrive, you have this honeymoon stage where everything is wonderful. And then it starts to get a little bit more difficult. You have your more orientation, more induction, and then you can go through this quite difficult stage where things are feeling really a bit tough. But for most people feel that they get past this stage and that they start to feel more confident, more autonomous, and more independent, and they go on to a high before they return home, and then the honeymoon starts again, followed by another dip. So what this means is that it won't all be amazing, but there will be many amazing things about your time, but there will also be challenges. But we are there to support you and to help you, and we've done this with groups from Stovner School for over 20 years, so we have a lot of experience with supporting and guiding students through their year in London. So what next? Well, in summer 2021, there will be a pre-departure session in Oslo, and it will include a presentation of what to expect upon arrival in London and your first day at the college, role-playing scenarios to help you understand homestay issues that may arise, and a question and answer session. So what I've given you today is an overview, but of course, once you're signed up for the course, we will give you a much more detailed induction to the different elements of the program. And then in the autumn, arrival in London, an excursion in central London, and then a thorough induction, tour of the college, and you meet teachers and organise student cards. We look forward to seeing you all in autumn 2021. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.